Thought you'd enjoy those little clips of Otto and Digger. Otto has currently got something stuck in his mouth, so he's going, but, oh, he stopped now. I was going to turn you around so you could see him. I've been very, very lucky to have a lot of support on my YouTube channel from lovely, lovely viewers that have said that they also share an illness which makes them bedbound, or they've said something really lovely like that I'm an inspiration or something, which is really, really kind, and it really makes my day. But I thought I could tell you a bit more about my illness, because I do always direct you to my blog, and then it's probably not actually that in detail anyway. So I thought I'd tell you about what I have. And I know that this isn't a sewing related video, so I'm going to put this up midweek, and then I'll have a normal sewing video Saturday, which could be a sewing desk vlog tour. So I have a lot of, well, I say a lot, I have 2/4, it depends, because 2 of them kind of come with, I have 2 main conditions, and then a lot of symptoms from those conditions, which could be from, like, it's a bit complicated because if you have a chronic illness, you'll probably understand, but with an illness like this, some symptoms go with the illness, but then some are kind of sister diseases. Like, for ages we thought my second condition was part of my first condition, but after a lot of, it was quite a long time, we found that it was actually something different after I started having my seizures. So I'm going to start off with my main condition, which is called EDS, or Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and there are loads of different types of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, but I have the hypermobility type, and a lot of people have hypermobility, and when I explain what I have to people, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I have that too, but what I have is a really, really extreme form of hypermobility. So I've had it all, like, properly diagnosed and everything, like nothing in this video, I've not been self-diagnosed or anything like that, but we went up to London. I'll start from the beginning. I initially started having back pain when I was 6 years old, and I've been in constant back pain since then. Like, I don't really know any different. It's mainly, well, to be honest, it's my hips, but I didn't know that then. I just said my back hurts. But I went for countless MRIs, countless x-rays. I've had so many x-rays that now when I go to the hospital, I'm not allowed an x-ray unless it's, you know, it's something that's really important, like my ribs or something like that. I can't really have any more on my hips because I've had so many. Sorry, I keep touching my glasses, they keep falling down. But yeah, I've had so many of those, and I am hypermobile, but I am also really, really stiff. So I'm not really hypermobile, I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So what that means is that my ligaments and my tendons are too stretchy for my skin, for my body, so they don't support my joints enough, because it's a collagen disorder, and collagen is everywhere. It's in your skin, it's in your organs, it's a big part of your ligaments and tendons, which is why they're so stretchy, and it means that I am quite weak, and I have around 60 to 70 dislocations a day, and probably above 70 subluxations a day. And a dislocation is where the joint completely comes out of its socket, and a subluxation is where a joint partially comes out of its socket. But I have every joint that you can dislocate in your body, I have dislocated. And my main problems are my hips, as I said. My left one is usually a bit worse than my right, and I can put everything back now from my many trips to the hospital. I've taught myself how to put everything back, so I can put my ribs back, I can put my knees back, I can put my ankles back, my wrists, my shoulders, my hips. Coccyx is probably the hardest, but yeah. Oh, I'm out of focus, sorry. But yeah, so that's my main condition, and what comes with that is obviously chronic pain. So every joint in my body hurts all the time, which sounds really horrible because, to be honest, it is really horrible. I'm on really, really strong painkillers. I've tried so many alternative therapies. I've tried acupuncture, Reiki, Chinese medicine, I think that's what it's called, where they like align you. That was really good. Physio, massage, which doesn't really help, it just feels really good. But I currently have a personal trainer and a physio. And and I have a lot of repeat very often, so weekly or twice monthly appointments and phone appointments with the pain clinic at my local hospital. So I am on quite strong doses of tramadol, which is an opiate medication, and I have ones that are slow release, so they're kind of like a steady dose throughout the day, and I also have quick release for when I have a particularly bad dislocation. And then my kind of partner condition that I have as well as EDS is called POTS, or postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Excuse me. And that is a heart condition. A lot of people with EDS have POTS, but I have it quite badly because I went through a really, really bad flare of my EDS. So when I do that, my hips are really, really bad. I'm currently having a bit of a flare. I can't move without passing out, which is what I'm doing at the moment. I can't move my hips without passing out. I kind of shout whenever I come round because I'm in so much pain. And as you can see in my videos and in real life, really, I put on a front that like I seem fine, and I've had so many people say, "Oh, you don't look ill. You're not ill. You seem like really fine all the time." And it's because I make the effort to seem fine all the time, because I don't want people to think that I don't want it to be, obviously EDS and POTS are a massive part of my life and they dictate what I can do, which obviously is very frustrating because a lot of the things that I used to be able to do, like horse riding, cross country, as in cross country running, athletics, I was in the athletics club at school, I went to athletics tournaments at school, and I had to stop everything when I started my dislocations. My dislocations didn't start until I was 12, 13, but I have been in pain a lot longer than that, and thankfully I've been able to kind of learn how to cope with my dislocations, and to be honest, I don't really even notice them anymore. I just pop them straight back in without even thinking of it, unless they're a bit fiddly like ribs, then I have to get someone else to help me. But yeah, sorry, I went off on a bit of a tangent then. We discovered my heart condition when I was doing a 1-week rehab for physio in London, and because I was staying in the hospital, they did those OBS, which are the observations, so like blood pressure, heart rate, every 15 minutes to half an hour. So I had the blood pressure cuff on all the time, and what they found was that all the time, so regardless of whether I was exercising or stressed or sleeping or whatever, my blood pressure was always really low and my heart rate was always really high, which is what the tachycardia part is. That means that you have a sinus rhythm, which is just your general heart rhythm of a fast heart rate. So my resting heart rate is between 90 and 120, which is very, very high. 120 for sitting down or laying down, my heart rate is generally above 100, which is really high. 90 is really low for me, which is kind of the average. 60 to 90 I think is the average heart rate. So I have quite a fast heart rate when I'm laying down. That's what it is, resting, like not even standing up. And then the postural orthostatic part comes in where you change posture, so from like laying to sitting or sitting to standing. That's when my blood pressure drops really, really suddenly, and because my heart can't really cope with it, it really beats very, very fast. So that's when I get palpitations, and generally most people with POTS, when they go from sitting to standing or laying to sitting, that's when they just faint. And I never really had the fainting thing, I just got the palpitations. But then last January, so just over a year ago, I started having seizures instead of passing out, and it was found that they're not epileptic at all, and they don't last very long, so maybe like 30 seconds to 2 minutes, and well, not 2 minutes, but like when I say 2 minutes, I mean I have a 30-second and then maybe a 10-second rest, and then I just go straight into another seizure. But yeah, they don't last very long, and obviously they're no good at all for my dislocations. So I end up coming around with loads of things out, like my entire right side, and I have to put it all back in. So that doesn't help with my pain either. But I'm on medication to kind of control my heart, but it doesn't really do an awful lot, which is another big reason of why I'm at home all the time. And being stressed or excited or anxious or just anything that generally gets your adrenaline going, that makes my POTS a lot worse. And it doesn't seem to be it doesn't seem to be posture related anymore. It's which kind of defeats the whole purpose of it being called POTS, which means postural. But it's more when I go from cold to hot. So when I get hot, or as I said, excited or something, that's when I have a seizure. And my family and friends are all very, very good at catching me, but it would just be handy to not have that. So I am having a lot of investigation into that at the moment, because they've been really, really bad recently, because I've been really, really stressed recently. I've had some friend issues, which I won't go into, but and got mocks and exams coming up, so they haven't been so good recently. Yeah. Obviously being ill is really, really pants, and it's, as I said, a massive part of my life. And the whole reason I've made this channel and my blog, apart from the fact that I love sewing, which I'm going to get onto in a minute, but it's just I want people to kind of understand, and I want to raise awareness for what I have, and I want people with a similar condition or any illness, any chronic illness or disability, I want them to kind of feel like they're supported here. And if you ever want to talk to me, anyone with an illness or anyone without an illness, if you ever need to talk to someone, I'm right here, yay! Send me a message, and I will reply as soon as I can, and I'll help as much as I can. But recently I have just got a brand new wheelchair. Her name is Sheila, like Sheila, but with wheel. And she arrived yesterday, and she's entirely custom made. She is so beautiful. She's made exactly to my measurements. She's got amazing wheels. She's got a seat belt so I don't fall out if I have a seizure or pass out. And oh my goodness, she's so comfortable, and I'm going to insert a picture. I only have one picture because she's so brand new. But thank you so much to everyone that, I don't know if anyone's going to be watching, that made a donation, but I set up a GoFundMe page because this was a very expensive wheelchair. It was around £3,000. But let me just justify that. The wheelchair that I had before was about 26 kilos, and my wrists couldn't handle pushing the wheels, and my wrists and my fingers would dislocate every time I pushed the wheels. So that was really annoying, and caused a lot of pain, obviously, and so I always had to be pushed by someone else. But I really didn't like that. Being a 17-year-old girl, I want to be independent, or as independent as I can be. I know that I can't do everything, and I know that I can't do everything that I can do on my own, if that makes sense. So I really wanted to just, especially going off to college next year for textiles, yay, I wanted something that I could push myself and control myself and do what I want to do. So we found this one, but unfortunately it was £3,000, and it's made of carbon fibre, so it's 6 kilograms, and that is incredibly light for a wheelchair. And bearing in mind my last one was 26 kilograms, this one is 20 kilograms lighter than my other one, and it's so its major selling point to me was the fact that it's so small and so discreet that you actually see the person before you see that they're in a wheelchair, which obviously you can tell that they're in a wheelchair because they're so low down, but you see the person instead of seeing the wheelchair, and it looks so modern. So it's not it's more of a young person. Obviously an older person can be in it, but it's so expensive that it would be better if you invested in it in a younger age, just because you get more use out of it. But it looks really modern, and I just feel much more confident in it. Obviously, the fact that I'm disabled and I have so many problems is my biggest insecurity, as you can probably understand. I am very worried that I'm a liability. Like, my mum has to help me with everything. Like, she has to pass me everything, she has to help me with the toilet, she has to help me have a shower. So it's not what a 17-year-old girl would want, really. But I absolutely love my mum. She's incredible. She's the most generous person I know, and I really look up to her. She's a big inspiration for me because she manages so well with everything. She's always calm, and she always knows what to do. So we arranged a charity dinner, well, her work arranged a charity dinner for EDS, and we were allowed to take the raffle money to go towards the wheelchair. I set up a GoFundMe page for the wheelchair, and to be honest, I didn't expect to even come halfway to covering it. Like, I thought we'd have to raise the money mostly ourselves or save up for it, but I set up the page around Christmas and we had more than enough money within a month. So I was obviously really blown away by that. And there's another feature that you can get with the wheelchair, which is these special wheels, so that like when you push, it builds up the momentum, so that the wheelchair does like 60% of the work or something, so that it just kind of pushes itself. I don't want one where you have the little lever that you push, because I can push myself, it's just a bit hard on my wrists sometimes. This one still does dislocate my wrists, just nowhere near as much as it did before. So we're looking into getting those special wheels as well, but they're an extra £4,000. So we have a bit of the money to go towards it, but if I do want them, we have to save up a bit more. But at the moment, the fact that it's so much lighter, it's so much easier to push. I don't need those special wheels right now, so I can wait for a bit. But I just thought I'd do this kind of rambly video so that you could understand a bit more of what my day-to-day life is like, and understand if I go missing for big chunks of time, because I am known to kind of have to go into A&E quite a lot with my pain. A&E is like the emergency room for England, if you didn't know. But I do go to accident and emergency quite a lot with my pain, or if I have a bad dislocation, or if I have concussion. And generally over winter, that's when my pain is the worst. And I'm on morphine and diazepam, and which is Valium, and a whole cocktail of drugs over winter usually. But I'm kind of coming out of that now. And as another thing I should have mentioned, as I said, I have chronic pain. This is going to be such a long video, I'm really sorry, but as I said, I have chronic pain. So basically the nerve endings, I think they're nerve endings, they're the bits that register the pain basically. But because mine were always switching on and off with the dislocations, this is what my doctor told me, by the way, I'm not making this up, just I might be wrong, so if you are a doctor, I'm very sorry if this sounds wrong, but this is what my doctor told me. I might be remembering it incorrectly, but this is basically what happened. And because my nerves are so tired of kind of switching on and off, the actual, not the shape of my nerves, but my nerves have like actually fundamentally changed, so that they always are sending the pain signals. So the pain center in my brain, which I'm not sure where it is, it's just somewhere in the brain, is always active, and it's hyperactive. So I also have this thing called fibromyalgia or allergesia, I can't remember, where just kind of pressure on the skin, just like this, that registers as pain in certain parts of my body, like on my hips and across my shoulders, because they're the parts that are most painful. So even the water pressure from the shower or laying in bed or sitting down, that registers as really, really bad pain. Like, you know, when you're walking and you crack your hip on the side of a table and it really like throbs. That's how it feels when someone like touches me like that on my shoulders or on my hips. So that is really, really painful. So that was part of the chronic pain thing. But I also have chronic fatigue because of how much effort I have to put into everything. Like the dislocations take a lot of energy, the front kind of thing that I put on, like pretending to be fine, takes a lot of energy. Even socializing takes a lot of energy. Just talking to someone takes a lot of energy. And that is what's called the spoon theory. So basically, this was explained by someone to her friend using spoons, which is why it's called the spoon theory. I'll leave a link to the actual spoon theory below if you're more interested in learning about it. But basically, people that don't have a chronic illness or just have a normal amount of energy, they have unlimited spoons. Oh, wait, sorry. In this analogy, spoons represent energy. So yeah, people with a normal amount of energy have unlimited spoons, and they can do whatever they want. Obviously they still get tired, but they don't get tired. But someone with an illness such as me has a limited number of spoons. So you start the day off with, say, every day is different. Some days I'm in more pain, some days I'm in less pain, some days I'm controlling my heart condition better, some days I'm not, some days I can walk, some days I can't, most days I can't really, but some days I can't even get out of bed, some days having a shower is an achievement, some days I can go to school. It really, really varies day to day, but I'd say on average I have about 14 spoons a day. Then say showering takes 5 spoons, drying my hair takes 1 or 2 spoons, getting down the stairs takes like 6 spoons, and then before you know it, you're out of energy. And this isn't just feeling tired, this is absolute exhaustion, like laying on the floor, cannot get up exhaustion. And I'm not trying to get people to feel sorry for me or anything. I don't want people to pity me or whatever. To be honest, I don't know if I'm going to end up putting this video out because I don't really talk about it much. But yeah, this is like proper exhaustion, and I need to be carried back up to my bed. I need someone to turn the light off for me, get me undressed. That's how tired I get. But as I said, it varies day to day, but most days I don't have much energy. And I also have a problem with sleeping because of my pain. I can't get comfortable, and I also wake up in the night, which is partly my medication, because my medication affects sleep, like it wakes you up in the middle of the night, but also my pain stops me from getting to sleep. So I have a lot of sleep medication, and some nights I get maybe 2-3 hours sleep and then carry on into the next day. Some nights I get no sleep. Sometimes I get 12 hours sleep, but no matter how much sleep I get, I never feel really like I have enough energy to get me through the day. So I take a lot of naps. I take a lot of, because of my heart condition, I have to drink loads of water, which everyone should drink loads of water, but I have to drink, I think, 2 or 3 litres a day, and I have to have loads of salt on everything, which is bad for most people, but because it brings your blood pressure up, my doctors have told me to have loads of salt. So I have lots of salt, I have lots of naps, I have lots of water, I have lots of green tea, and I also have 6 small meals a day instead of 3 big meals, because that kind of keeps my energy up a bit more. That's just what we've found. But I hope this video has kind of explained what it is that I have. If you would like me to, I'm happy to do another video. If you want to leave any questions down below, if you have any questions about my illness or anything, please do leave them below, or I can do another video on how sewing has helped me with this, because I am not exaggerating when I say that sewing is my actual lifeline, because I've had to stop so many things, so many hobbies. I used to be quite an active person. Obviously I wasn't like an athlete, but I was quite an active person. I wanted to run the marathon, I wanted to be like, I wanted to have my own horse so that I could do horse riding, and stuff like that. So it was obviously quite a bummer when I couldn't do that. But I was really low for a very long time, and only recently I learnt to knit almost 3 years ago now, I think. So yeah, I learnt to knit quite recently, not that recently, but I used to be shy, really insecure about everything, really anxious. I had to go to counselling. But since I've started sewing and knitting, obviously, I get that sense of achievement back. It's absolutely amazing, and it is practically the only thing I think about. It's all I want to do every day, and I really love it because I get to make things for other people as like a thank you for looking after me. So I've made my mum stuff, I've made my dad stuff, I'm making something for my boyfriend. I'm very lucky to have a very supportive boyfriend, and it's just my favourite thing. I just love sewing, and I'm sure everyone in the community loves sewing, and that's another thing. The community has been absolutely lovely. Like I said at the start, that the comments I've gotten on my videos have been, they make me smile so much. So thank you so much to everyone that watches my videos and leaves absolutely lovely comments, and to everyone that's subscribed, because the fact that people actually want to watch me is amazing to me. And I just love the sewing community. It's definitely the best community out there, and I will take no arguments on that. It's 100% the best, and I hope this video, I said bye kind of already and I just kept talking, but I don't think I'm going to edit this video too much. I might even just render it straight away rather than editing it, because I don't want to cut anything out. and it's probably in a weird order, but I didn't make a plan. I just kind of wanted to talk and say what I wanted to say. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything. I'll probably get to editing and realise I've forgotten loads of things, but obviously you didn't have to watch this if you didn't want to, but thank you very much if you did, especially if you've made it this far. Please do leave me a question if you ever want to ask a question about my condition, and I'll see you on Saturday with a tour of my sewing space. Yay! Or that's what I'm planning, at least. Anyway, and I hope you've enjoyed the pictures of my wonderful new wheelchair. She will hopefully appear in a video very soon, possibly even at the start of my Saturday video. I hope you're all having a lovely week. Tomorrow is Wednesday, hump day, so you can do it, everyone. I hope you're all doing everything you want to do, getting some sewing done, getting some work done if you work, and having a great time. So I'll see you all soon. Thank you very, very much for watching and subscribing and liking and commenting. Please don't leave any mean comments on this video because I'm feeling like I'm kind of burying my soul here. So please don't be mean, but you never are. So thank you so much for watching and your incredible support. I really, really appreciate it. So I'll see you on Saturday. Bye!